Welcome into Workday VNDLY. Here we are on the home page and we're talking extended workforce management. And first thing we like to do with this is help you with visibility, helping you understand up at the top here, how many jobs do I have open? How many assignments do I have? How many are ending soon? So that's all right there, that pulse check right at the top of the page. On top of that, down here towards the middle of the page, you also have that capability to understand what tasks do I need to get done and stay up to date with things happening in your program. For example, hey, you have a new applicant for the IT help desk specialist job. And if you just want to understand from a data perspective, what's my spend or which vendors do I have the most headcount with? Fear not, we got you covered right there as well with some nice, easy graphical reporting where I can even hover over these data points and see my spend for, in this case, the month of March, or know that Apex Unlimited is the vendor I have the most headcount with. And at the bottom here, any of the reports you have in VNDLY can have a heart next to them. That means they're a favorite and they show up right here on the homepage. So you could log in and in one click have a tenure report, or in one click understand your savings because you're using things like a rate card, which we'll talk about here shortly. So that pulse check on your program right here, easy to read and see on your homepage. And if you want to dig deeper into your requisitions, you can see this is a hyperlink, quick link. Click on the jobs tile and it takes me in to show me just that. I can now very easily see all the different jobs or requisitions that we have posted out there right now, their statuses, dates, rates, who they belong to, all of that right here. And if you want to, easy to filter on the left side of the screen or search or sort. You can even change the type of view into more of a grid view if you want to. And if you don't like the data that's in these different job tiles, you can actually configure the list data on your own right here. And this is also a great example of something a client came to us with. We got it to the product team and now here it is live in action. So viewing all the different jobs you have open, very easy to do. And if you want to dig deeper, just click on one of the titles here and it will take you into the details page of that requisition where now you're able to gather some great information around things like, what's my budget for this job? Or tell me about the different statuses and where the current candidates are going through right now. Or if I just want to know which vendors have this job right now, well, I can go to the distributions box here and see exactly the 4 vendors it went to and which 3 accepted. Now, it's good to have this information, yes, but what if now I need to open up a new requisition? Is that process pretty easy here in Workday VNDLY? I mean, it is a big part of the task here. The answer is absolutely it is. For one, if you come to this page, you're using the grid view, you can see, well, it's pretty clear where I go to publish a new job. But let's say we're back on the list view here. I could simply click that blue Publish Job button, and now we can utilize job templates very easily here. Or my personal favorite, even go to the Recent Jobs tab, where you can actually duplicate an existing job, no matter the status, and have it basically, as it says here, pre-fill in the information on the job form using what already exists in that previous job. So I simply click on this Senior Business Analyst title, and look at this. The hiring team, the org, my locations, my charge codes, all of that already filled in. So the reality becomes, if this is the same job, maybe it's just different dates, all I have to do is come in here, put in a start date, and let's go to, let's see, how about, end of July. The submit button is lit up, and I can send this right now. That's how quick it can be when you're using things like job templates and duplicating. But for the sake of this video, I want to go ahead and show you some of the great features on this job form. So first up, being able to capture who needs to be a part of this process. You have your program team member, your hiring, resource manager, and maybe Logan and Jared are coming in as a panel interview, or Anthony's going to be on PTO, so they're helping as well. So it ensures the right people are involved from the beginning. On top of that, we're also pulling in great information. If you see here, your work sites, your cost allocation codes, those are a great example of Workday VNDLY's certified APIs. And make note, Workday VNDLY is the only VMS in the industry with certified APIs into Workday. So we're actually synchronizing your work sites and synchronizing in those cost allocation codes. Now moving down a bit further, another big call out, custom fields. They are easy to make. They don't require a help desk ticket. And you can have as many of these as you want, and they're fully reportable. Next up, one of the biggest things we offer here, when you think about cost savings, normally rate card management is going to play a huge role in that. And you see here, I didn't turn on this rate card toggle. It recognized that there is a rate card for this job in this location. automatically turn that on, and now we can see we have that min-max bill rate and even this suggested rate, or you could think of this also as a market rate. So if you have that market rate data from an MSP or a third-party tool, or something like TDX, which we have a partnership with, we can import that data in, and now you kind of have those guardrails and that you're helping save and do some spend analysis to ensure you're not overpaying some of these workers, or maybe even underpaying and losing out to the competition. Beyond that, we can also see here that ability to capture those must-haves, those nice-to-haves, your full job description. But you notice here, I didn't have to type any of that because we're using templates and we're duplicating. So it can make this process very quick, easy, and consistent. Big call out at the end here. I talked about those certified APIs. Well, here's a great example of that, these connector details, where it can actually look over into Workday HCM and provide you with possible positions you think it might work for this position here. And we know we're hiring for a senior business analyst. So if we wanted to use an already existing position, we could simply click that, hit add, and if we're hiring for 7 people, well, we already have one of these positions, and the system can automatically create the rest of the positions in HCM for you using those APIs. So that's you not lifting a finger, it's letting the APIs do the work. So in the end, we kind of went through several different things here on this request page, but you saw I didn't really have to do anything because we were able to duplicate, use those templates, and that's the ease of use of this job form, even the rate card automatically turning on. So now if we hit submit, we can help you with pre-identified candidates, totally possible, or this could be a potential way to utilize some direct sourcing. And we do have APIs into direct sourcing platforms, or maybe it's an ATS that you have these candidates you've kind of helped find using community pools or whatnot flow into VNDLY to hire here, or we are VMS. So let's say we hit no. Now what it can do is use automated distribution rules to automatically recognize where this requisition needs to go. So we were hiring in Milwaukee. It recognized that as a central US vendor list here, and now we can see the vendors it's going to. And this pop-up, we can absolutely hide this from regular hiring managers, keep that vendor neutrality. Just wanted to make sure you saw this in the video. And then lastly, yes, automated rate cards, automated vendor distribution. Same thing goes for approval workflows, where this can also be automated. I'm in his Joan right now, creating this requisition on behalf of Anthony. So I want to make sure he sees it, and then Logan is Anthony's one-up manager. So this approval flow looks fantastic. So we've seen the homepage, that pulse check it gives us, how easy it is to get a requisition started and sent out to the right vendors and through the right approval flows. Now let's see what happens when those candidates start flowing back and how VNDLY can help you review all of those different candidates. And so posting a job easy, reviewing the candidates even easier. We have color coding going on here to represent the different statuses. And you see red here for rejected. Also worth calling out, red can trigger those notifications about somebody being maybe above the max bill rate. Or we see 2 Brad Trendons here. Those could be a duplicate. So the system recognizing some things and calling those out in an easy to read way. On top of that, if you wanted to, you can actually schedule your own interviews right here within the tool. Message the vendors, even share this profile for this candidate, maybe with someone else down the hall that's hiring for a similar sort of position. Now, you also might notice here, we can see Danny, Marissa have those shortlisted buttons highlighted. So if you have MSPs or program teams doing pre-screening interviews, using that shortlisting, using this rating system can make the hiring manager's job that much easier because they know exactly who to jump in and look at when the time comes. And speaking of which, let's jump in and look at Marissa's profile a bit deeper, and you'll see right away here that technical skills quick hit list. So it's looking at the resume, pulling out important skills, and providing those in a very easy to read way. On top of that, we can also scroll down here and see some of that feedback, maybe from your internal program team during those pre-screen interviews of 4 stars. We just need to make sure they're okay with that hybrid style of work. Okay, well, let's dig a bit deeper here. Maybe I want to understand their history, look at their resume. Well, you can do that right here. As you can see, their full resume loaded right into their profile. And let's say Marissa looks great. You want to bring her on board? We also have something called the checklist module. So when it comes to compliance, obviously a big deal for any contingent workforce, we got you covered with this. So we're covering a background check, a drug screen, safety training. But do note, these individual checklist items can absolutely be configured based on job title, on location, maybe even both. So we're helping you make sure you have the right onboarding compliance done for different types of workers. And if we really like what we see here with Marissa, also very easy to extend the offer right here in the tool. So easy to review those candidates, see their resumes, and once you're hiring, even using that checklist module to make sure that they are onboarded correctly and compliantly.